have to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up, and throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jessie Lee Peterson. Good morning. Welcome to the show. I am Jessie Lee Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. I do appreciate it. It's Wednesday, so Manhood Hour is coming up in the third hour. Every Wednesday, Manhood Hour. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JessieLeePeterson.com/show. JessieLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're busy doing whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you are, either around the earth or up and down the earth, it all depends on what you believe. You can be listening to the show live on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Rumble.com/Jessie Lee Peterson. Rumble.com/Jessie Lee Peterson, or JLP Talk, and JLP Talk on X. JLP Talk on X. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. All right? I do appreciate it. Amazing. Talking to the engineer here. So, last night they had the primary, as you know, Republican primary in New Hampshire. I don't have any sound bites for you. I wish I did, but I don't. And the Great White Hope won, of course, right? But it's very, very interesting in that Nikki Haley, most normal people thought that Nikki Haley would get up and say, okay, it's done, it's over, I'm now going to join with the Great White Hope, Donald Trump, and we're going to work together to defeat the Democrats, to defeat the, I think my producer getting me some of her soundbite from last night, as well as the Great White Hope. I should be getting them here in a minute. I'm tarrying so I can get them. most people thought that Nikki Haley would get up and say, you know what? The voters have spoken. The Republican voters have spoken. Because I think over there in New Hampshire, wherever they were, everybody gets to vote in this election, whether you're a Democrat or not. I mean, a Republican or not. And so you had a lot of traitors voting in this thing. They really want to try to get Nikki Haley in because they know that Joe Biden will defeat Nikki Haley, right? Whatever her name is. And so you had all that going on last night as well. And yet, the Great White Hope won. And so a lot of people thought Nikki Haley was going to say, okay, we're going to join with the Great White Hope, and we're going to defeat the Democrats in this election, upcoming election, because things are so bad for a lot of people that we can't afford to allow the Democrats to win again. It'll be over, completely over for America if I continue. So I'm out of here. Tim Scott and all those guys, they joined forces with the Great White Hope, right? But Nikki Haley got up and said, no, she's going to continue. I wasn't surprised because Nikki Haley is a narcissistic kind of a person. Nikki Haley is about Nikki Haley only. She is about herself and no one else. Not about the man's children, if she has children. Not about the country. Nikki Haley is about Nikki Haley. And that's not good for America. She's a rhino. She is no different than all the other rhino Republican representatives. And that's why she didn't say, okay, it's over for me as far as running, but I'm going to join forces with the Great White Hope, Donald Trump, and we're going to make this thing happen. Because she's about Nikki Haley. She's an evil, nasty female. I remember when she took down the Confederate flag and caved into the, I guess she caved in, it might have been already what she wanted to do anyway, because she did say the South was racist or something. She grew up in the South, something like that, and it was racist. But then she said racism doesn't exist. America's not a racist country. So she's speaking out of both sides of her mouth, and because she's a selfish female. And so I really wasn't surprised when she pretended that she's going to keep going. We'll see what happened. But the last person, if you elect Nikki Haley, you might well elect Joe Biden over again. You might well keep what you got because you're going to continue to get what you're getting. You're going to continue to get what you're getting if you vote for Nikki Haley. You know what I mean? And plus, it's not in her nature to lead. It's not in the nature of females to lead. Nikki Haley will not be able to lead this country. And then the other governments in other parts of the world, they're not going to pay any attention to Nikki Haley. What? No. They're not as weak as America is when it comes to women. They understand that women were created to follow and not to lead. So, but it's up to you. The people get the government that they deserve. Either you want someone that's going to work for you and go with the Great White Hope, or you want someone that's going to work against you. It's really up to you. Because I have to tell you, the human heart is evil. And if they have not returned to the Father, you haven't seen hell on earth yet. You have not seen hell on earth yet. And then the men are weak, so there's no light to stop what's happening out there. But you can take control of your own life. And I realize most people don't want to be in control of their own lives. They want the government or somebody to think for them and do for them and tell them who to vote for, who not to vote for, how to act, how not to act. So I understand that. But you can take control of your own life and live from within. But we're going to see how, sorry I don't have it in sound bites for you. It's pretty exciting time right now. But we'll get some as we move forward in the next these next 3 hours. But the Great White Hope won, and now they're going to Carolina or somewhere. But very, very interesting. Very interesting. It is interesting in so many different ways. You would think that all of the American voters, no matter what you call yourself, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever title you attach to yourself, you would think that all Americans have had enough of the hell that's been brought down on America since Joe Biden and the Democrats have been in control. They stopped drilling the restrictions, regulations of the yang-yang. They stopped building the borders and just welcome illegal aliens from around the world. They stopped taxes through the roof, high prices, gas prices through the roof. The races are not getting along at all. Men are under attack. You would think American voters would say, you know what? It's not even up for thought. It's not even up for discussion. No more Democrats in control right now. We're going to go for the Great White Hope. It's not even there's nothing to think about. But the idea that they would still vote for the Democrats is insane. It reminds me of what's happening in California. California is going to hell in a handbasket. Everything bad you can think of is allowed and cost to happen in California because the Democrats are running the state. The government is predominantly Democrats. And yet the people vote for the Democrats. And then they complain. Robbery, crime, everything out of control. And what they do, they vote for the Democrats. White women get beat up and robbed. I heard of a story on the local news yesterday where some guys broke into this woman's home, and she was home, and they knew it. They rang the doorbell, and while ringing the doorbell, apparently they broke in through the front door, I guess, or something. They attacked her, they ramshacked their home and robbed it and left. No police are coming. And yet they vote for the Democrat. Make sense of that. Yet they vote for the Democrats, knowing that it's the Democrats that, along with some right-o Republicans as well. Right-o mean Republicans in name only. But knowing that they don't want police around, they want total chaos. And the people still vote for them. Can you understand that? What is wrong with the votes? It's crazy. But that's what you get. They keep voting for them. Oh, look at New York, same thing. The voters in New York, they keep voting in Democrats, knowing that the Democrat, they'll say, well, let's get a black one and see what he does. And then you got the mayor, a black so-called mayor of New York. Look what they're getting. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's crazy that the voters would vote that way. They vote in their own troubles because they love complaining about their troubles. So they don't want their troubles to go away, not within themselves and not outside of themselves. And these people are supposed to be educated. Some of these voters, they have degrees, and yet they're dumb as a doorknob. They're dumb as a doorknob. Isn't that amazing? So we'll see what happens come November. It's up to you. It's really up to you, the voters. But Nikki Haley is about Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley has no love. She's selfish. She's evil. She's about herself. She's one egotistical female that is out of control. And you want that running your country? Amazing. So some of you are aware of Tim Scott. Tim Scott is a quote-unquote congressman, I believe. Is he a congressman? He's a senator. Tim Scott, he black. He's a senator, but he is a mama's boy all the way. He's weak. Mama's boy, mama's boy, mama's boy, right? So he ran for president, and every time I looked around, he would just talk about his mama. And my mama and my brother and I, we grew up in a one-room house. We grew up on the South. We grew up poor, whatever he's saying. Every time it's all about mama. I never did hear him talk about how he really going to work for the country and make it better. It was all about poverty and mama. And mama would be at his rally. My mama here. It was ridiculous. Some people are saying that the Great White Hope might pick, and it's just rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. But they're saying that the Great White Hope might pick Tim Scott as a running mate, VP, right? Vice President. I hope not. Tim Scott still believes that racism exists. We don't need any more of those kind of lies. Those lies of racism and all that, sexism, all these isms, white supremacism and all that, have divided this country like nothing else. And it's all a lie. And so we don't need someone like that in our government. He's weak. He's beta. Beta! Well, he got out of the race, quote unquote, for president. And according to this report, he got engaged. Tim Scott got engaged. He's engaged. And he went and got a white woman. Tim Scott got himself a little white woman to marry. Apparently, she already has children. Beta. But even worse than that, he got on his knees to propose. You know you're weak. You're not supposed to bow down to anyone but God. But, maybe the woman is his God, because he's definitely a mama's boy. Can you imagine this guy got on his knees and proposed, and I guess in the public, because we have pictures of it. Man, you're supposed to only bow to God. Put no one else or nothing else before that. Seek first the kingdom of God and his right way, and all will be added. I don't know where you get this idea of bowing down to the woman to ask her to marry you. And you spend the rest of your life bowing to her. And the marriage goes to hell in a handbasket. Isn't that amazing? The rest of your marriage is bowing to the woman because you made her your God. What do you expect? And she expects you to bow down to her for the rest of your life. She want to be even for the children. If you don't put the woman first, she'll destroy your children if it look like you're putting them before her. It's all ego. That's what Nikki Hill is all about, ego. Nikki Haley cannot handle what's happening in our country. She's not going to be able to clean it up at all. It's amazing. So apparently Tim Scott, according to Fox, Tim Scott, potential Trump VP, engaged to girlfriend after proposing in South Carolina. Watching from CBS.
There's a certain senator that is now off the market. In a social media post over the weekend, Tim Scott announced that she said yes.
Look at
Mindy,
that.
thank you for making me the luckiest man in the world. Her name is Mindy Noach. She is an interior designer. He introduced her at a Republican debate back in November. Since then, he has suspended his campaign and come out in support of Donald Trump.
And that ran for president.
Vote Tim Scott says Tim Scott's going to be a married man.
Yeah, look at that. Happy for him. He proposed at Kiowa Island. Obviously, it was a chilly day on the beach, and he looks very happy.
Do we know much about her?
Yeah, she's a divorcee. She has 3 kids.
Whoa.
And she's an interior designer. That is about the scope of my knowledge when he introduced her at the November debate.
She's been married before. She has 3 children. And he's on his knees already. Baby, please, baby, please, baby, 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 please. Thank God he dropped out of the race. What a mess. He's starting out wrong. First of all, she's married before. Secondly, 3 kids, and he's getting involved. She is going to hate this week if she doesn't already. He's licking boots like 90, going, no, he's going to catch pure hell because she's going to hate his weakness. He's not going to be able to lead her. Marrying somebody else's wife. What a mess. On his men, you're not supposed to be bowing down to anybody. No one, male or female. How are you going to bring her into your world and out of the hell that she's living in into your world where you're on your knees begging? You're begging. We have a picture of that. Let me see that again. It's disgusting. Look at that. He ran for president. Mama's boy. He got himself a little white woman. It doesn't matter if she's been married before and have children. It's like buying a used car. He's just going to have problems. But I understand. I wonder what the black women think about Tim Scott getting married to a white woman. I bet they don't like that. Or maybe they don't care because they see how weak he is. Amazing. There is an order to life. And you can live that order or not. You can work on yourself and go into that order, the kingdom of heaven within, or you can just stay in your hell because all who are born through the woman are born into hell. Into hell. You can stay in your hell. And I know most people love their hell. Really, they don't want to hear that there is a way out of hell. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that, they say. I love my hell. And then they try to impose their hell upon others because hell love hell. They try to hurt others. They're jealous and envy and strife and revengeful and have fear and doubt and loneliness and suicidal thoughts. They love their hell. And they love complaining about their hell. They get a thrill. And their hell is a thrill. And they call it life. But then there are others who understand that that's not life, that's death. And they want out. And they start to look within themselves. They drop the anger by forgiving their mothers for turning them away from their fathers, men and women. And they turn back to their fathers. And the rest is history. It really is. And men, you're not supposed to put the wife before the children. Any woman that tell you you got to put her first, she's telling you, if you don't, I'm going to destroy your children. I'm going to destroy your children. It's about me and nothing else, they say. And they will destroy your children. You come home from work and the kids are at the door to say, hi, Daddy, and reach for you. She's looking at them and thinking, you know what? I got you. I got you. You think you love your father and he's putting you over me, they say? They destroy the children. They don't want you to put the children before them. They want, because they're angry and insecure, they want the world to rotate around them. Everybody and everything got to rotate around them. That's what Nikki Hale is about. She wants as much attention as possible. I got proof that they want to be first. It ain't about the husband. It ain't about the children. It's about their own egos. And they can't help it. There are some women who are recognizing this. I hear from them all the time, and they're starting to overcome it. But they just didn't realize what was driving them. This is from Iron Disciple Podcast and Hey Beginning Wife on Instagram. Often when children arrive, they turn into the priority and the marriage itself is put on the back burner. Can I play that before the break or should I take the break first? Break first? Oh, okay. I'm going to have to take a break and then we'll play that. This is so interesting. This is why your children are being destroyed, men. At least one of the reasons. And ladies, you can overcome just like the men, but you must forgive your mothers and return to the Father. Let me take a quick break. 888, and when I come back, I'll finish that soundbite, your phone calls, and super chats. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without, because he will show you how to deal with it. And you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. (888-775-3773). There's one line open. You want to jump in there? We got to get to your super chats and phone calls here in a minute. I mentioned that last night, the Great White Hope, Donald Trump won in New Hampshire, and common sense people thought that Nikki Haley was going to say, "Okay, I'm out. We're going to join forces and beat out the Democrats. We can't have any more the same old mess in our country." But she's a selfish female, and she's about Nikki Haley. We have that soundbite coming up for you a little later. But I also mentioned that this is typical. Even in marriages, the woman want to put herself before the children, before the husband, and if you don't put her first, she'll destroy the children. Because she's on an ego trip. She has no love. Zero love. Zero love. Look at what's happening in the country today. You have women who are married, females who are married, and have children, and won't even stay home and raise the man's children because she's in competition with the man. She want to feel like a man. And then she go to work, and then, oh, I'm tired. I do it all. Trying to get the thrill, the ego thrill, that is. They don't love the children. And they pretend they're concerned about what's happening to them in public schools, and they're not. They're lying. They just want to make sure that the school remain a daycare center. It doesn't matter what's happening there. They want to put themselves first. Because of the ego, it's not them, but it's the hell that made a home in them. And they can overcome, ladies. You can overcome, really. I see it all the time. So here's proof of that. This is from Our Disciples podcast and Hey Beginning Wife on Instagram. And she says, often when children arrive, they turn into the priority, and the marriage itself is put on the back burner, meaning that she stopped getting first attention. That's what she means. She didn't say it, but that's what she's saying. Watch this from Instagram.
You're either going to be a child-centered family or you're going to be a marriage-centric family. And the marriage is at the center. And if the marriage fails, that little child has no structure. So if the most loving thing you can do for your children is to put your marriage first. Obviously, you're going to put God first because he's at the center of your marriage. But that marriage comes before your children. How do we show our little 3-year-old that mommy and daddy come first? We switched our pattern. We had the pattern of, hey, daddy's home. And all the kids would run to the front door and they'd all clamor on dad, makes him feel amazing. They're so happy to see him. He picks them up, loves on them.
and
I'm at the back of the line. And we changed that to him coming home and saying, where's mom? Mom gets my first kiss. And cool. I get him first, and then the kids could come to him. And it was such a practical model of what we believe to be true, which was mom and dad come first.
That's an evil, selfish female. Satan is her God. put the children on the back burner and pay attention to her. What's wrong with her that she needs so much attention? She's a grown female. Why not work on herself and overcome that? Why, instead of thinking or reflecting, why am I so selfish? I want to put the children on the back burner and I want the attention. And then the man fall for it. Put his children on the back burner to worship his God, the woman. And now she feel better. It still ain't going to be enough, though. And it's supposed to be a God-centered marriage, right? A God-centered family. Not a family-centered, not all the other mess. Marriage-centered. It's all lies. That doesn't work, ain't going to work, and everybody would be miserable. It's a spiritual battle, folks, a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. And men, you were created to lead, not to follow. When you follow, you get messed like that. A marriage center or children's center. You get messed like that. She mentioned God, but she's talking about Satan. She's not talking about the true God. My country is gone. It's gone. You got all the wrong people in the right places to make sure that the country never returns. And men, you don't have to ask the woman to let you be a man, or don't let some woman tell you, I'll let you be the man. You are the man. She didn't create you. You don't need permission. No one has to let you be that. You are that. And no such thing as happy wife, happy home. A happy wife, a miserable home. Happy wife, happy life, something dumb like that. But anyway, Nikki Haley says she ain't going nowhere. I'm staying, and you gonna love me. What a mess. But we'll see. Let me go to Desiree, a first-time call out of Illinois. Desiree.
Hi.
Desiree, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi. I agree with few of the things you say and disagree with a lot of the things you say. Mr. Peterson, I have a question. I understand that you are not married. Is that correct?
Right.
So being an individual that is not married, how can you make these directions to individuals? How are you making these directions?
You don't have to be married.
Directions and advice.
You don't have to be married to have common sense and see what's going on.
Okay, I agree.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Was Jesus married?
No, he was not.
He gave direction. Was God married?
No,
he gave direction. Did you take direction from either one of them?
Yes, I do.
And
yes.
so why would you take direction from one of them? Was Paul married?
Do you follow the Bible?
No.
Do you follow the Bible?
No, you follow the Bible?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Well, let me ask you a question.
If you followed the Bible, you would not have had such a silly question.
No, the Bible tells us that when a man marries, he cleaves to his wife. Does the Bible not say that?
It doesn't mean he make her his God. He bring her out of the. He bring her out of the. He bring her out of the hell that she's in. He doesn't get on his knees. He doesn't get on his knees and worship her.
Oh, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. He should not bow down. He shouldn't. I agree. Yet he should teach his children that his wife is his queen, so to speak.
No, he shouldn't. That's a lie. She's not a queen.
Well, not the queen in the literal sense.
Why should he teach his children that his wife is his queen? Where do you get that from?
Okay, can I tell you why? Can I explain?
Yes.
Okay, let me explain. When he teaches his children his wife is his center of his world, his son, listen, wait, just give me a chance.
What the?
Wait, give me a chance now, Mr. Peterson. Give me a chance.
Go ahead.
He will teach his son to look
weak.
for a woman. Wait, no, listen. He will teach his son to look for a woman that has the ideals that are right for him, that will serve him in a beneficial way in their marriage, in his life. And he will teach his daughter to be the type of woman that is beneficial to her husband and to her family.
That is pure evil and all wrong.
No, that is not evil. That is not evil.
He should teach his children to forgive their mothers, his or her mother, for being evil. She could not help herself, so that they don't end up becoming like mama.
What? Wait a minute. If she is the right woman,
no such thing,
then that won't be necessary.
No such thing as the right woman.
What do you mean there's no such thing as the right woman? I am the right woman.
No, you're not. What the?
Wait a minute.
What's a right woman?
How do you know I'm not the right woman?
What's a right woman?
I take my husband seriously. I listen to him. I am directed by him.
Yeah, right.
And yes, I do.
Yeah, right.
And my child.
Now, if you're talking that kind of mess, you're telling them that you're a queen and that you're the center.
Wait a minute. No.
And all that, then if your husband doing that, he's a loser.
He's not a loser. Way.
If he's doing those things.
Wait a minute. That's not
Why
true.
should he worship you like that?
No. I didn't say he worships me. I said he makes
If he called you queen, he's worshiping you.
Well, when I say that, he's not literally saying I'm a queen. Yet
he shouldn't be thinking you're a queen.
Yes, he does. He thinks I'm a queen.
Then he's a loser, and the kids are suffering.
Why?
Because you're not a queen.
Okay, so what am I to him?
Unless you're a queen of Satan.
Can you explain to me what am I to him?
Pure hell.
What am I?
Pure hell.
Mr. Peterson. Okay, what should I be to him?
His wife. You should obey him, follow him, and take on his image.
I do.
No, you don't. Not if he calling you queen. He's taking on your image.
He does not take on my image.
Does he call you queen?
He calls me queen because
Are you black?
Exactly what you say.
Are you black?
No, I'm Hispanic. No, I'm Latin.
Why you sound like you black? Are you married to a black man?
I'm from Belize. No, I'm from Belize. I'm Latin. My last name is Domingo, Sunday in Spanish.
Right. Oh, man. No, but you're totally wrong. And that's why men, listen, that's why children.
Why I'm telling you. Okay, wait.
That's why children are suffering.
Queen?
That's
why he calls me
That's
queen
why children are suffering because the men are not bringing them out of their hell. The women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So even if
you obey your husband?
I obey him.
Yeah, right. Why would he have to call you a queen then?
No, I'm telling you, because I obey him, and I do those things that are necessary to be a good wife, I am his queen.
No, you're not a queen, lady.
I can't win. Okay.
Right.
I'm not a queen. I'm not a queen.
Have you overcome your anger?
I never had any anger.
You never had anger?
No, never.
See, that's a lie.
Why do you say that?
How you avoid having anger? Every human being has anger until they return to the Father.
My father was awesome.
But your mother was hell.
My mom, no, well, maybe, but
no, I know she was
honestly,
Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes.
You told her?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
And what did you forgive her for?
I forgive her for the way how she treated my dad, my father, yeah.
Did you forgive her the way she treated you?
I forgive her for the way how she tried to turn me against him, yeah.
What did you tell her?
I told her, I said, I know you two always had a tumultuous, relationship, and you shouldn't have tried to put that on us as the children, and that wasn't right. And she said, yeah, you're right.
So
That's all she said.
So you didn't forgive her?
I did forgive her.
You didn't tell her that you sorry for resenting her for what she did to you?
I told her, I said, I forgive you.
No, you didn't.
Because I did. I told her, I said,
you
that's
keep
not
adding
right.
to the story.
No, I'm not adding to the story.
You are.
I'm not.
Look, I would recommend.
I told her in my way. I told her in my way. It wasn't right what she did.
There is no such thing as your way. It's either the way of the devil or the way of God. And God said that you must go and forgive, apologize for resenting her. She could not help herself, and he will forgive you. And you haven't done that.
Well, God knows what I mean.
No, he doesn't. He ain't said do what you mean. He said do what he said.
Mr. Peterson. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I will go back and tell her that I forgive her.
You need to apologize to her for resenting her and apologize to your father for he's not able to protect you from her. And then get off your high horse of being called. You're not a queen.
I'm not on a high horse.
You are.
I think you don't understand what I'm saying.
Okay, what do you mean by you a queen?
What I mean is he puts me as number one in his life.
He's weak.
Because I do what I obey him.
No, if you obey him, he would not be putting you number one in his life. You would be he would be number one in your life, and Christ would be number one in his life, not you.
He is number one in my life.
No.
He is.
You would not be number one in his life if they were in order.
Wait, what is the order?
God and Christ, Christ over
right.
and man over woman, and woman over children.
Okay. But don't we all do this?
No.
Wait, I put my husband before myself.
No, you don't.
How do you know this?
Because he called you queen. If he didn't call you queen, he would have hell to pay.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. Why would he be calling you queen then? That doesn't even make sense. That's evil.
He just thinks I am his queen. He knows I'm his queen.
Because he's weak if he knows that. Then God is not first in his life, nor is he first in your life, because you're not a queen.
Well,
is your name Queen Elizabeth?
No.
Well, you ain't no queen.
Nor would I want to be Queen Elizabeth.
Why not?
Yuck. Yuck.
Why not?
I don't want to be Queen Elizabeth. Please.
What kind of queen are you then?
I am a Stephen McFarley's queen.
What?
I am Stephen McFarley's queen.
No, poor Stephen. Desiree, thank you for your call.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Go forgive your mother and your father, and then do the silent prayer so you can find your way.
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Amazing. Any man that calls your wife a queen, you weak. And your wife hates you. Because you know you're catering. You're supposed to lead. Only love God with all your heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else or no one else. Who's on 2 here? From where? Let me go to Aso from Kyrgyzstan. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. Aso, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jessie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay?
Yes. But before that, I want to ask, so before you take my call, I feel nervous. Is that me or is that the thing in me?
That's that thing in you. I promise you that. It's not you.
Okay.
So don't call it you. It's enough to see it, but do not call it you. It is not you.
Mm-hmm. So when my heart starts moving fast and my my body gets like a little like temperature up, it's not like
No,
me, right?
not at all.
Okay.
It's thoughts told you about, you're going to have to wait on the line, you're going to be nervous on the call, and it's reactive.
Mm-hmm.
It is not you at all. So just watch that and don't identify with it. It's just in the body, but it's not you.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's good. So I called, it was my mom's birthday, and I called my brothers and his wife and kids to have a dinner in my house. And my mom, I called her in her birthday. And my brother, his son, toddler, swallowed something, and he started yelling at me. And he got angry at me and for not cleaning my floor properly. And I told him, I mean, if you're going to be mean like this, you need to leave my house. And he got angry and they left. And my mom saw that and she started like angry at me for why you asking him to leave. You should have been just say okay. And I said, if you're going to defend him and he's angry towards me, then you need to leave too. So you get out too and do not come back. And so both of them left, and I don't know. It feels like I'm like maybe I did wrong decision to do that. I yelled at her and on her birthday, and I don't know. Did I did the right decision to do that or not? I want to
Absolutely, you did right. And just
I did right.
Let the anger pass, but don't be angry at them. Wish them well by not being angry and go on with your life.
Mm-hmm.
You did the right thing.
Okay. Am I supposed to apologize to her?
No,
or not
at all.
Because I started like all the thoughts coming, oh, you horrible person, or you should have never done that. And then I let that go, and then the thoughts come, oh, she can cook for you since you are sick right now. And then I'm like, that's something new, you know?
Hold on for me. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me take a quick break. 2 more hours to go. 888-7753-773. Quick break. Back in a moment. Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married, and the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good, or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature.
Whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour 1 already of the Jessie Lee Peterson Show. It is Wednesday, January 24th, AD 2024. Stay tuned for hour 2, guys. JLP will be right back. But first, Hake news, not fake news. JLP was on your mom's house with Tom Segura and that gal, his wife. Nice. The Amazing Opinions of Jessie Lee Peterson, Your Mom's House, episode 743 on YouTube. Also on Apple Podcasts. What a mess. It's another episode of Your Mom's House this week. Tom Segura and Christina P., joined by radio host, broadcaster, and very cool guy, Jessie Lee Peterson. They chat with JLP and get an insight into who he is and where he came from. A lot of out there ideas, according to them, about race and gender. An interesting view of forgiveness and letting go of anger. Check it out. Also talks about Los Angeles and the Fallen State episode with Ryan Sickler, who is an affiliate host, I guess, on their little network over there. Lil network. And taking responsibility, and Big Mama Michelle, segregation, and supposedly great pilots who happen to be women. And check that out. Women's weak arms can't tighten bolts properly? Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe it was the males. Commie Nonsense Network CNN reports Alaska Airlines has found loose bolts on many, quote unquote, many of their Boeing MAX 9 planes, recently grounded for inspections. The carrier's CEO announced that on Tuesday. Federal investigators now considering when MAX 9s will be safe to fly again. Pressures mounting to add oversight on the airplane maker's production line. And dumb politics details, blah, blah, blah. Our greatest president, Trump, won. According to both Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, and the far-left female-run outlet, The Skim, New Hampshire's GOP primary yesterday. Of course, Trump beat former UN ambassadress and former South Carolina governess Nikki Haley, who's all about Nikki Haley, if you heard JLP earlier this hour. President Trump earned 11 delegates with 55% of the state's Republican vote, compared with Nikki Haley's 43% per CNN. It's a blow to Nikki Haley's pathetic campaign, which had narrowed in on Trump's lead ahead of the primaries, supposedly, but ended up 11% behind. DeSantis dropped out, you know. Trump made history as the first non-incumbent, supposedly, quote-unquote, GOP candidate in the modern era to win both the Iowa and New Hampshire primary contests. Still, Haley said, this race is far from over. What a woman. Female, I mean, not a woman. And she's looking forward to South Carolina, her supposed home state, home away from home, because her real home should be India. Dozens of states left to go, she told the suckers, supporters. Trump said he couldn't care less if Nikki Haley stays in the game. There's still South Carolina and Michigan before so-called Super Tuesday, if you're into politics, on March 5th. Super Tuesday is California, Texas, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Virginia, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Massachusetts, Utah, Minnesota, Colorado, and Alaska in order of size. Early states don't always correctly predict the nominee. Pray the dumb ladies at the Skim who don't like Trump. Biden won the state's primary in New Hampshire as a write-in, barely got 52%. So some no-name got a 21% against him. Crooked Joe wasn't on the ballot due to infighting between New Hampshire Democrats and the anti-white DNC. Democrat National Committee and evil Biden made South Carolina the first so-called primary state, or they tried to anyway, saying that North Carolina or South Carolina better represents the party's diverse, hellish electorate. JLP talked about the people who vote Democrat earlier this hour. New Hampshire kept their first-in-the-nation primary status, pointing to a state law. Democrats settled for a write-in campaign, but Biden got no delegates, even though he won, so-called. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
People tell me I have a lot of alpha energy. Jessie, what gives me so much alpha energy? They say.
To stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jessie Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show today. Manhood Hour is coming up in the third hour. You can get involved. There are two lines open at 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jessie. My biblical question for this week. What ties you to your parents? What ties you to your parents? Amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JessieLeePeterson.com/show. JessieLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about and you can't watch the show live, you can podcast, of course, but you could be listening on your iPhone or iPad, no matter where you are. You could be listening by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us on social media, cozy.tv/JLP, cozy, COZY.TV/JLP, and Jessie Lee Peterson on Instagram. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. I want to go back to Azel out of Kyrgyzstan, heard around the world. Azel, thank you for holding. You're on the air.
Yes, thank you. So my mom's whole life right now is surrounded by my brother, giving him money all the time, and she's getting that money from my sister. And then she make my sister to give her so she can give to my brother.
Wow.
Am I supposed to do, what am I supposed to tell them that, I already told them a bunch, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do that.
Nothing. You're just supposed to live your life, move on with your life. Just don't be angry at them because they can't help themselves. And live your life and stop believing those thoughts that you're wrong and that you're this and that you're that. Just move on with your life. You have no obligation to them or their problems or anything. You're only responsible for you. So continue to work on yourself and move on with your life. You're not obligated to your mother.
Okay. So I talked to my sister and I close to her, and when I talk, she says that this money is not enough for her, but she's sending to my mom. It's like I feel like I want to say something, but I guess that's what she want to do. I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Why would you want to take on someone else's problem? It's enough working on yourself. You shouldn't be taking on other people's problems.
Yeah. I just should avoid anything saying to her, I guess.
If your sister asks, let's say your sister asks, how is it that you're able to move on? I noticed that you're independent, you don't resent, you're moving on. Mama can't control you. Then you can point her back to herself, back to within, back to God. But if she doesn't ask, just let her suffer in her hell.
Okay, gotcha. So another question I have is, so I feel like I am losing myself. I feel like when I'm talking to people, I don't know how to act, like, and I ended up just being like nice to them, and I'm just catering to them, and but then I look at back myself the way I acted, and I don't want to act that way, and then I try to be rude, and then that's kind of ridiculous, and then so I don't know how to be like myself.
Amazing. I understand that. What you do when you're dealing with people, keep an eye on what's happening inside of you. Be aware of what the thoughts are telling you. Be aware the thoughts are telling you, oh, you need to be nice. You're not acting right. You need to be this. And don't do it. Or the thoughts tell you, you need to be rude. And don't do it, because you're divided when you act that way. They build you up to let you down, and it's all hate. There's no love in that at all. Just stand still and watch what those thoughts are telling you, so that you can overcome the false self. That's not you. Either one of those are not you, right? And you will become a whole person and no longer be divided, but you got to go through it. In order to live, you must die, meaning that the ego nature, that nature that's telling you to be nice or to be mean, that's not you at all, but you got to just watch it and do nothing about it.
But I don't want to like stare at people when I meet them.
Why not?
Or I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know.
No, you can stare.
It looks like retarded.
No, you can have nothing to say. You're not obligated.
By the way, yes, I try to do that. By the way, I try to just watch people, and then they just look at me and then just walk away from me, and then I feel like I'm like, okay,
because they can't.
People cannot.
They can't handle you because you're standing there just watching, and now they feel uncomfortable and they have to get out.
Yes. Yeah. But that's why I noticed that they cannot look at my eyes.
Right.
And like when you look in the eyes, there's something with the eyes that people, when they look at, it's something that they cannot handle. So I'm lately started looking people's eyes. But I guess it's kind of
and what's happening with them, the devil's telling them, why is she looking at you? Something wrong. No, get out of here. And they run because they don't realize that they're being deceived in their own mind as well.
Yeah.
But don't, it's okay if you don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. When people come and dump their problems on you, you don't have to respond at all. And then you're going to overcome that fallen state and not be subject to the world anymore. You've been taught all your life by your parents and the schools and by the world around you that there's a certain way that you should be acting. You got to be this, you got to be that, you got to do this. It is all lies. It's a setup.
I wanted to ask another question, but it's just blow from my mind. But
do you understand you don't have to respond?
So when I meet with people, when people come and in my house, like if I don't want to smile to them, but I ended up doing it, and it's kind of. And then I feel like it's not me, but I'm doing it anyway, you know?
Right, don't do it.
And then if I don't do it, it's like, okay, I'm just going to, like, hello, like, I'm going to just be weird. It feels like that. It's like...
But the devil is lying to you. You're not going to be weird. You're going to be you. You got to be you. Don't smile. If you don't want to smile, don't smile. And the devil tell you to smile And when you smile, you're mad that you did smile when you really didn't want to smile. And then if you don't smile, it'll tell you, oh, you look weird because you didn't smile. Don't listen to either one of those thoughts. They're both lies. They're both setups.
Just be present. Yeah, by the way, it helps when I try to come to present. It helps. So now I think I remember. So when I asked my mom and my brother to leave, my hands was shaking crazy, and I was like shaking myself. And then I told my husband I'm shaking, and then he says it's adrenaline that's going on in your body from all these emotions. But I feel like I have fear in that moment. I'm really afraid, but I'm still doing it, you know?
Right on.
Like, I yelled at my mom because she started defending him. She always on his side. He's like, he was almost 40, and then he never grew up for her. And he's angry like hell, and he's putting his anger on me. And I had another guest in the house, and he just started yelling at me. And I basically asked both of them to leave, and my mom cried, and she left. And then after she left, I felt like, I don't know, I felt really bad.
And why did you feel bad?
Someone died.
Why did you feel bad?
So I felt like I'm not like honoring and being respectful to my mom. Like,
but you were. You were standing up to her.
So it's been like maybe this time is third time that I'm asking her to leave. Like every time I don't like anything about her, I told her get out, and then she's right away getting up.
Why do you keep inviting her to your home?
Because I don't know. I don't even think not to invite. Sometimes she just comes because it's just like being guest sometimes. But she's not even being nice guest. But lately I start seeing that she started being afraid of me. But I don't really want her to be afraid of me. As soon as she starts saying something, I start disagreeing with her. She starts being like I see in her eyes that fear of me. And then I see that she tried to avoid confrontation with me. And then I feel sad about it because I don't want her to be fear of me. And then
why do you care? You got to let her go. You can't live your life being concerned about her. I would do what you want, of course, but I would recommend you ban her from your house. Don't invite her to your house. Don't let her come. If she comes, tell her not to come, and go live your life. How else would you be free if you don't move on? You're dancing with the devil. So,
I'm not supposed to, seeing her at all?
No, because she's going to destroy you. She's, based on what you're telling me, she's evil, and it's not good to hang around evil too long.
Yeah, she hates my husband. She hates my son because my son looks like my husband. And it's ridiculous.
So knowing all that, why do you keep allowing the devil to come into your house like that? It's enough dealing with the devil in your imagination and emotion. Why do you let the devil bring in extra problem for you?
So original was that I invited them, all of them, because of the kids. Because kids has that.
No, that's not a reason to do it. Don't do it for that reason either. The devil is telling you, invite them over because of the kids. You're listening to the devil. Either you stop listening to the devil and overcome, or you continue to listen to the devil and stay in your hell, and you're just going to suffer. You got to make up your mind who you're going to serve.
I mean, after I asked her last time leave and I told her never to come back, I felt like really sad, but other side, I felt like closer to that, kind of.
Yeah. And who felt sad?
I felt like it's not me because thoughts kept telling me, and then when I believe thoughts, then it's making me feel sad. And then if I let go of thoughts, so first of all, it started making me feel like I want to cry. And then I'm like, no, it's kind of crap. And I like crying, I let that cry go. And then when I let it go, then I felt like freedom more. And then I feel like, I don't know, feel like fresh air. I don't know how to express it more than more, I don't know, spiritual. I don't know.
Are you doing a silent prayer every morning, every night?
Yes, I am doing every morning, every night.
Here's what I
Sometimes
recommend.
daytime.
Here's what I recommend. Work on you. Forget about your mother. Forget about your brother. Forget about your sister. Move on with your life. You have your husband. You have your kid there. Work on you and stop believing thoughts, the good ones or the bad ones, so that you can overcome. They will be taken away from you when you get to the point where you just observe the thoughts but do nothing about them. Just observe. Don't give in to them either way. And you'll see, you just start seeing clearer. You'll be better. You will love truth, and the truth will take care of you.
Mm.
And don't resent to honor your parents just simply mean don't resent them. Don't be angry at them. You don't owe them anything.
Mm-hmm.
It just means don't be angry. It doesn't mean let mama come into your life, come into your home like that, and your brother come in like that and carry on like. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means don't be angry. Because the same thing that's driving you and you're trying to overcome is what's driving them too. They have the same hell in their imagination and they think that it's them, but at least you know that it's not you, but you're not working on yourself. You're giving into the lies of the imagination. You got to stop and just watch it. Because the devil doesn't want you to overcome thoughts. The last thing he wants is for you to overcome, so he keep inviting this hell into your life.
Mm. So in the middle of the night, like the thoughts coming and making me wake up, and then rest of the night I cannot sleep with thoughts. Is that moment when I'm supposed to do silent prayer?
Yeah, when they come like that in the middle of the night, just watch them. In the same way you watch them when you're up and about during the day. Just watch. All you need to do is watch. And eventually they won't come at you in the middle of the night. They'll be gone. The light, the Father, God will take them away from you. So in the middle of the night, just lay there. When you get those thoughts and they wake you up like that, just relax, close your eyes, stay in bed, close your eyes, and just watch them. Lay there and stare at them, staring at you. Just stare at them, but don't do anything. And don't let the devil tell you, oh, you can't sleep. Oh, you need to rest. Don't make rest that important. It's not that important.
Oh, okay. I thought that I need to right away do a silent prayer.
Yeah, you can. That's what's going to happen when you watch those thoughts. You are in prayer. When you watch those thoughts and just watch them, you're doing the prayer. You're present. You're watching it, not you, and you'll be fine.
Okay, last question. Can I?
Yes.
So I start seeing people suffering from their eyes. Am I supposed to do something about it, or just let them suffer?
Let them suffer. And you're fortunate. You're blessed that you can see that. You see what's happening in the world by seeing what's happening in other people, and you're protected. There's nothing you can or should do about it.
Yeah, but I see some people not suffer much, but some people really suffer.
Right.
And then I feel like, am I supposed to do something about it, or
no?
I'm just supposed to let them?
You just let them suffer. Me, right? Let people suffer. Leave them in their hell until they're ready to come out. There's nothing you can do. You can't even do anything about yourself. How can you help somebody else?
Yeah. Meaning, like, pointed to the God to tell them like
most people don't want to be
need.
pointed. Don't give treasure to pigs.
They're supposed to ask first.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you. It's an honor to talk to you.
You
And
too.
talk
Call
about
me
a lot of
again.
help.
But stay away from your mama and all the people. You know, go live your life. You have your own family now.
Yeah, you're right.
And just stop identifying with thoughts and feelings, all right? They're not you. Don't call them you anymore.
And anger is not me.
Anger-
I should go with it. Right?
That's right. It's not you. So stop identifying with all those false identities that's made a home in you over the years so that you can die from them. You want no identities at all.
So how I'm supposed to know myself? It's going to be, you said, appears, right?
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't even think about that. You will know. That's not you. Don't be concerned about that at all. That's another trick from the devil.
Yeah, because when I wanted to talk to people, I wanted to act the way, true who I am, instead of like the way I'm acting, you know?
And you can do that by not giving it to thoughts.
Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Stay with us, stay with us, stay with, and keep your mama from your house.
Yep. It's going that way.
But don't be angry at her. You don't owe her anything. Just don't be angry at her. Don't hate her.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
It's good to hear from you. Call me again.
Okay. Bye.
Bye now. Amazing. 888-7753-773. Super chat. Super.
Good morning. This is from yesterday.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you.
Are you saying good morning to me or to the world?
Just in general.
Because I saw you in the meeting.
Yeah, just in general.
What the?
But you haven't seen me on this stream yet.
And so that's why we have to say good morning again?
Whatever. You don't have to do anything but stay black and live.
Stay black.
Nangiti bought a coffee. I also just finished watching Uncle Tom 2.
Nice.
And that was soul cleansing, she says.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing that all this hatred could be put into motion by evil people. And after half a decade, it's bearing its fruit, wiping out whole communities.
Yeah.
Or maybe half a century.
Check out Uncle Tom 2. It's really... Uncle Tom 1 is good, too. It's like the introduction almost to Uncle Tom 2. Really, really good. Check it out. Thank you.
Also on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, Lamps bought you 3 coffees.
Thank you, Lamps.
And I don't see her message there, and I'm logged in. So thank you, Lamps, as always, for the support.
Thank you, Lamps.
You looking over at the camera?
I thought you were looking at lamps over there.
Oh, there's a lamp on the other side of that camera.
No, not a lamp. Lamp that bought the coffee.
True. No, I'm just pointing at the camera because I imagine maybe she's watching.
Right.
Chris V bought a coffee. Jessie, the way the Christians around the world are submitting to the Muslims and becoming brainwashed is reminding me of the same way the whites are with the blacks. What a mess.
I know. What a mess. It's crazy, but it's the Old Testament. Thank you.
Someone bought a coffee. I realized how ungrateful the blacks are. If it weren't for the whites, they would be stuck in Africa, begging with no opportunities. But because the whites took them from Africa to the greatest country in the world, they gave them the most opportunities that they've ever had in their life. However, no, they whine and complain about racism and white supremacy. I don't see any black person talking about the slavery that still happens in the Congo, where the black people enslave other blacks to mine cobalt. 12 to 13-year-old black kids subjected to slavery and treated like animals by their own race. At least when whites enslaved black people, they treated them decently. They provided them with a place to live, food, work, etc. Not all, but most of you black people need to wake up. You're being lied to and enslaved by evil white people who are your allies, not your enemies.
Amazing. Thank you.
Keep them pithy, people. Danny bought a coffee.
Yeah, don't write a book.
Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Jessie and the lads. Do any of you when conversing with other people, at times just agree with the nonsense they speak because you know to disagree, it's going to open up a long conversation and you can't be bothered to go into it, or you'll be late for a bus or your next set at the gym? Strong arm emoji for the crew.
I neither agree or disagree. I'm just, okay. Thank you.
No, I agree with the nonsense.
You do? Why?
But
Beta.
Al, probably not. It looks like it could be AI, but I'm pretty sure it's Al. Bought a coffee. Hey, Jessie, how do we pray for other people? I mostly do the silent prayer. Friend was stressing and throwing all this negative energy in my direction. I didn't react, didn't have an opinion or advice. I just kind of wanted to avoid her. Later, I wanted to pray for her, but it feels arrogant to pray for someone else when God knows what's best for them. Sometimes I hear you say, instead of hating our enemies or even friends, we should pray for them. How do we do that? Just wish them well. Don't be angry at them. And wish them well. That's your prayer, and God's will be done. But just wish them well. That's it. Elise bought a coffee. Hi, Jessie and crew. Keep up the good work. Have you seen Tim Scott, a.k.a. Mama Boy, and Ron DeSantis, a.k.a. DeSantimonious, endorse Trump? LOL. Lots of laughs. Trump response to all this show was so much love and wisdom from him, especially with DeSantis. Amazing. I have. Right on. Thank you. No Fear, Just Faith bought 3 coffees. Shout out to the blacks, blackety blacks. Smiley emoji with almost blushing. Jessie, I know you love me the if poem, but here's the complete serenity prayer. It's just beautiful and so true. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking as Christ did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that God will make all things right if I surrender to his will so that I may be reasonably happy in this life. Have a super blessed day, y'all. 2 pink hearts emoji, one in front of the other. Thank you. Amazing. Appreciate that. Preston bought a coffee. What books in the Bible should I read to see what you talk about? The New Testament. All right. Nice. Read the whole New Testament. It's amazing. It's the if. I've also heard you recommend people read Genesis. Yes, that's where all the trouble begins. WD-40. That is the beginning of all the hell. Check it out. WD-41. That is so true, Genesis, absolutely. Yeah. Bought a diamond, no message from WD-41. Thank you. Thank you. Stan69 donated a couple of diamonds. JLP, I notice your crew has been slacking lately. Is there something wrong with the screen thingy? What are they referring to? I don't know. I don't know. Thank you. Sionowit Sion bought a coffee. LOL, laughing face with tears. Musical notes. I got 2 lovers and I ain't ashamed. More musical notes emojis. Love you, legendary Jessie. You are an amazing man and you help people every day. We love you forever. 3 heart emojis. Thank you. I wish you well with your new lover. Yeah, thank you. She also bought a coffee. You got to tell people you love them while they're still living. Jessie, you love pink heart emojis. You're working every day helping people wake up from their hell. You created an amazing organization, Bond, rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. You're a legend. Purple heart emoji. That's from CR? Yeah. Thank you, CR. Amazing. And thank you, guys. I do believe that is all for now. Oh, amazing. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I can't believe that it's a break time again. I know. What happened? When I come back, straight to the phone calls, 888-7753-773. I'm coming right to your calls for when I come back from this break. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit,
thanks to God. It is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. The Hake report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then after Hake at 11 a.m., Joel L. Friday TV, he black, at 11 a.m. And then at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby at 12 noon Pacific time. A busy, busy show. A busy day. I got to take brand new episodes of The Fallen State today after I do this show. What the? I got to mention this. Here's, I was on the show called Your Mama House. Your Mama House? Your Mom's House. Your Mom's House, and it airs today. I did it last week, but it airs today. The amazing opinion of Jessie Lee Peterson. The episode is officially live on the YMH Studio YouTube channel. Watch this. Here's a little clip from it. I'm going to buy me a plantation down in Alabama.
Yes.
And I'm going to put all the blacks back on the plantation.
This is wild, dude. This is crazy.
So that I could teach them about family.
Yep.
And about how to work hard and be individual.
Something tells me
take care of themselves.
This will not be very well received as an idea.
This shit is big time. Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone loving.
It airs today, so check it out. It was fun. It's very interesting. Very fun. Much fun. All right, so check it out. YMH. Amazing YouTube channel there. Let me go to Emma, a first-time caller out of Florida. Emma, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, good morning.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peterson.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling, Emma.
Hi. Well, thank you for your content. I just had a question. I am a 29-year-old. I'm a mom of one to my previous relationship. But now I am in a relationship, with a new relationship. And now we actually are married since 2020. But how we've gone through some ups and downs because a couple of months after we got married, I found out that he cheated on me with my best friend, and at that time I was he was using my vehicle, and I was I was paying the bills, so I felt very betrayed. So now, like, I feel like we're living in this hell, and I don't know. Like, I've seen your videos, and how to forgive your parents. That thoughts don't listen to your thoughts, and other content as well that helps. But I still don't know how I can overcome my own hell. Like, how can I make this marriage work? Because we really got married for him to get papers, but we ended up staying. Yeah, we're already in a relationship and we are staying together, but it's just like, a turmoil right now.
And so you married him just so he could get his papers?
Well, yeah, at that time we were living together. So, at that time, he, like, his immigration stuff had expired. And either, I just offered, hey, I guess we can get married so you can get your status. But we were in a relationship and living.
Why did you do that? Why, if his paper ran out, either he worked to get his paper back or he had to go back to his country. Why would you do something like that?
Because I had feelings for him. I thought, hey, I can try to help if I can help.
But feelings are not love. That's not love.
Okay.
Feelings are hate. Anyone that has feeling has hatred. That's not love. So you married this guy.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah, it's not love. Also, you married him for his papers and all this kind of stuff. Why didn't you marry a guy that you have to let use your car and you pay all the bills? What was the purpose? And you have a child.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I just went along with, whatever sweet words, and I didn't think for my, I didn't have a good decision making at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand. You got to get out of this situation. This is not a marriage. It's never going to work.
Oh, yeah.
How long you been married to him?
Since 2020.
2020. You need to get away from that situation, but don't be angry at him and don't be angry at yourself, because until we wake up, we all live in our imagination and we believe what thoughts and feelings are telling us, and it's never true. And all we do is go around in a circle believing the same lies over and over again. So just realize, hey, this was a stupid mistake. I should not have done it. And let him go, and then you start working on you. Don't be angry at him, and don't be angry at yourself. You just could not see. Okay. But it's not a marriage at all. And that's why he cheated on you. You're taking care of him. You're taking care of your child. You got his papers. You let him drive your car and you pay the bills. That's not a marriage. Your marriage is not a marriage.
Yeah. It's, I kind of had an idea, but it's, to hear it, is very, eye-opening.
Yeah, let it go.
But, yeah, it's just...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yeah, no, it's just, it's just, I'm thoughts, and I try to put it on the back of my head and pray and try to stay busy. But, I'm already 29 years old, and, I feel like I don't want to waste any more time if this is not it. I guess now, he's helped, I guess, or done more, but like, he, I don't know. But yeah.
Have you gone and forgiven your mother?
I told her I forgive her, but I haven't like apologized for being upset with her.
You said I forgive you, but you have not apologized for being angry at her?
Correct. Because when I said that I forgive you, she's just, she didn't really take it too well. So,
well, that's her problem. That's her hell. That's not your problem. Let her act any way she wants to. God forgive you when you forgive her, and you'll be fine. And how about your father?
I have not forgiven my father. I have not spoken to him.
Do you hold?
I've spoken to, but like I haven't had that conversation.
And why not?
I guess I would have to go see him in person. He does live like almost like 2 hours away somewhere, so I would have to go and take a trip.
Can you FaceTime with him?
Yes, I can.
Well, FaceTime.
Okay.
And
yeah, definitely.
Why do you resent your father?
I resent my father because he allowed, like when my parents separated, he allowed my mother to, like just not allow me to see him, and he was just like viewing other women, and he told me when the woman that he was with, that that the woman told him he can't see his other children, which was, me, and I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, well, FaceTime with him.
He allowed me.
FaceTime with him and forgive him, all right? And God will forgive you. And I want you to start doing the silent prayer so you can come out, so the light of God can bring you out of the thoughts. All thoughts, except for practical thoughts about going to work and buying food and things like that, your needs. But all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. So you got to start observing those thoughts. Don't believe them. When they give you a feeling of love or a feeling of hate, they both are lies. There's no feeling to love, all right? And so it's not you. You're not the thoughts, and you're not the feelings and all that kind of stuff. So stop identifying with it. Just start working on you. I'm telling you, it will become amazing, Emma, but you got to let this guy go. This is not a marriage.
Yeah, definitely. I agree because I'm not perfect either. When I found out, I was upset and I was very emotional. So I absolutely take responsibility for it. I disrespected him or done broken items. So I also take accountability and I'm trying to get better each day, but. Yeah, I think like I had like a hint, but it's very different to just hear it from like a third party, especially from someone like yourself with with so much experience and knowledge. Just eye opening, and it's kind of like a reality check.
Well, don't be angry at yourself. Though. You just could not see. It wasn't even a mistake. It's just that you listened to the lie of the imagination. That's all. And so just realize, wow, I could not see. But don't resent yourself. Don't resent him. And just let him go. Tell him you got to go. And you just start working on you. And things will become clear to you. You will overcome thoughts and feelings. You will have a clear mind. And you'll be a free person. You'll be free.
Okay, well, I thank you so much for the word, and I will definitely follow through and definitely keep watching your content to re-energize my spirit.
Yeah, just stay with it and don't give up. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Make sure you do the silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Do that every morning, every night. And again, do not judge yourself at all. It wasn't you. You were deceived by the imagination, not realizing that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything, all right?
Okay. Thank you so much. I wish you guys the best. Thank you.
You too. I wish you well.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Amazing. Amazing. 888-775-3773. Danny from Bulgaria. Danny, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Mr. Peterson. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes,
Hope you're
sir.
fine, sir.
All is well. Thank you.
Glad to hear, Mr. Peterson. I'm calling with a testimony to show how important it is to stay aware. A little bit before Christmas last year, I met the most beautiful woman on this side of heaven. Sir, she was perfect. She was like an angel. She was great, remarkable. And, I spent some time with her. And I decided to test your theory. And I sat down with her. I said, if this is going on, further, are you going to obey me? Oh, Mr. Peterson, she started cursing at me. Who do you think you are? You're insane. She said words that I don't even know if there's. I know you don't allow cursing on your radio station, but I don't think it's even possible to translate them. It was like an ancient Egyptian curse or something. And then she called. She apologized, and I was like, listen, it's not gonna work at this point. Let's just stay separated. Give it some time. We'll see how it goes. She started cursing at me again on the phone, and I hung up. And then the thoughts came afterwards. Danny, she's a nice woman. You can change her. And I no.
What a mess.
It was a mess, but she was so beautiful. She was like truly an angel. But I'm glad that nothing happened nothing serious happened because it would have been trouble after trouble afterwards. So I just wanted to give you a quick call and say it as a living witness. You're right about that. Just start with that question and prepare for the cursing. Mr. Peterson, I was a bartender when I was young. I grew up downtown. I've heard a lot of curse. I've never heard that before.
All the hell came out of her.
I don't think it was all that. I'm pretty sure there was much more hell left in there.
Amazing. Yeah, once you ask, will you obey me? And if she doesn't say yes, the dinner is over.
It wasn't even at the dinner. We were taking a walk. I wouldn't be over there because I somehow suspected that this would happen, and I didn't want that circus around other people.
Yeah.
So, it was a secluded park. Easy for me to leave. But good Lord, Mr. Peterson, I had no idea. And she was tiny. She was like short and tiny. Who knows how much that tiny body contains so much hell in there.
Amazing. That's an amazing story, Danny. Thank you, man. Wow.
Thank you for the amazing advice that you're giving, Mr. Peterson. I'd like to wish you all the best. Kind regards to your colleagues and your audience. And God be with you, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Pleasure listening to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Goodbye, sir.
Bye. Amazing. 888-775-3773. Roxanne out of New Jersey. Roxanne, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jessie. How are you doing? Thank you for taking my call again.
You're welcome.
I have a question. A couple of weeks ago, I talked to you about how to forgive my mother and that she would cause a scene. But I have another question because I want to move on with my life. How do I forgive my mother if I don't know where she is? I have no idea.
By realizing that just as something is driving you to think and feel the way you feel and act the way you act, and it's not you, you can't help it because it's not you. It's the same thing with your mother. Just realize she could not help herself either. Something else was driving her. And when you realize that, God will cause you to forgive her, and you'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, because I want to move on in my life. I want to be with peace and move on, you know?
Absolutely.
But I have no idea where she is, so.
Yeah, just realize she couldn't help herself. Just as you and I and no one can help themselves. We are not in control of our own lives.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jessie. I really appreciate your help.
You're welcome. Are you doing the silent prayer every morning and night?
Yes, I am. It actually helped with my anger. I'm not angry, but the anger turned into disgust.
Yes.
I'm disgusted now.
Well.
So how do I overcome that?
By stop identifying with that. That's not you.
Yeah.
Don't call yourself disgusting. That's that spirit that possesses your body and your mind, but it's not you.
Yeah. Because my whole life, my mother always blamed me for everything, and I was the bad person, I'm this, I'm that. And it stuck with me as I got older, 'cause I'm 40 years old now, and it's still with me. Now it's just a disgust, and I put myself down sometimes.
Well, there's no you to put down, and there is no you to be discussed, so stop calling yourself that. It's not you. Then you would die from that identity. Those are false identities that made a home in you when you became angry. So stop identifying with them.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jessie.
So don't call it you anymore, all right?
Okay.
It's it is not you.
Yeah, because I really want to get rid of it.
Yeah, just watch it. All you need to do is when you're feeling those quote unquote disgusted pains in your body, all you have to do is watch it and don't call it you. Just see it. And seeing it is destroying it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jessie.
Yeah, don't do anything about it but see it. And do not call it you. Don't say that's me. It's not you at all.
Not me. Okay. Oh, that makes me feel better. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You really are helping me. You're giving me peace.
And stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And again, God said in order for us to live, we must die. In order to enter into the kingdom of heaven within, you must die, right? And so it's that old nature that is dying. The things that you've been calling you, those are the things that are dying. So all you need to do again is just watch the thoughts, just watch them, watch the feelings when they come, and do nothing. Just continue with your day, whatever you're doing, and just watch it. There's nothing else required for you to do.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Jessie.
You're welcome. I wish you well, Roxanne.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Amazing. Bye-bye. So let me just get to this and then back to the phones here. What? No. This hour's gone already. I got to take a break. We're at the top of the hour. Another hour to go. Manhood hour is coming up. Another hour to go, all right? Hake is coming in with the hate news. Not the fake news, but the hake news. And I'll be back in a moment. There's a line open at 888-77-53-773. 888-77-JESSIE. Back in a moment. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. You know, freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow, to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought, because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free, just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
A whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour 2 of the Jessie Lee Peterson Show already. January 24th, Wednesday, AD 2024, the year of our Lord. Stay tuned for hour 3. Manhood hour is coming right up, guys. But first, Hake news, not fake news. There is one line open. You can call in right now. And JLP will get to your call in Manhood hour. The amazing opinions of Jessie Lee Peterson on Your Mom's House podcast, episode 743. It's on YouTube. YMH Studios YouTube channel, I do believe. And JLP's appearance on Your Mom's House, episode 743, is also on Apple Podcast. So check it out if you like. I think it'll be fun. In-N-Out has never closed a location until now. SM blank H, Hake says, about Commie Nonsense Network. CNN reporting the burger chain In-N-Out Burgers, which is a Christian Catholic family-owned business here in California, parts of maybe Arizona and maybe Nevada, maybe Texas a little bit, I'm not sure. The burger chain regretfully announced for the first time in history that they will close one of their California restaurants due to safety concerns. Crime is a problem. None other than Oakland, California. I went to Oakland. I mistakenly called it San Francisco, but it's actually Oakland. I tried to pass through as quickly as possible. Head right on over to Berkeley. Even as liberal as Berkeley is. But what a mess. What a mess. A whole lot of blacks and Hispanics in Oakland, if I remember correctly. A whole lot of crime. India Hindu temple drama. CNN reports 500,000 people, 500,000, visited India's new Lord Ram temple on Tuesday. I disavow it. The first day, the massive complex was open to the public. One of Hinduism's most revered deities. False gods, idols. I assume, right? I'm pretty sure. Safe assumption. Was consecrated at the temple. Reverently reports Commie Nonsense Network. They revere everything except for Christianity. True Christianity conservatives. A day earlier in a controversial ceremony. Controversial means the Hindus run India, but they have a Muslim population that stirs up trouble and they're infighting. The Muslims think that site was the home to a mosque that they should get recognition or something like that. It was presided over, the ceremony was presided over by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, M-O-D-I. And did you know Palestinians play football? CNN reports on this quote, "Now, with nothing to lose, we will give our best." Right on. Give your best. Palestinian soccer coach Makram Daboub. Maybe we should send that one gal, Palestinian from Detroit, from the squad over to like be the water girl or something for them. Sharing remarks after the national team. They have a national team? Are they even a nation? Palestine? Maybe. Their emotional first ever win at the Asia Cup. First I've ever heard of the Asian Cup. The Asian Cup. The historic sporting moment for Palestinians comes as Israel's war against Hamas rages in Gaza, causing widespread destruction and a catastrophic humanitarian crisis. Speaking of the Israel-Palestine war drama, people are watching Gaza, per the far-left females at the Skim. The Israeli military said they encircled the southern city of Khan Yunis. Y-O-U-N-I-S. They called it a significant stronghold for Hamas. More than 20 Israeli soldiers were killed, 21 I think, near the Gaza-Israel border. Deadliest day for their forces since the start of the war. Of course, they've killed like 25,000 according to reports. Don't know. Photojournalist Motaz Azaiza said he had to evacuate Gaza for a lot of reasons. The United States yesterday said that they attacked 3 locations in Iraq, accused by Iranian-backed militias as a direct response to ongoing attacks on American forces in the region. Does that have anything to do with the Houthis? I don't know. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Manhood Hour.
somewhere in the world today. Men have got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jessie Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. Believe it or not.
What the?
What a mess. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JessieLeePeterson.com/show. JessieLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about and working, exercising, sneaking across the borders, out in the suburb, robbing white people, carjacking, breaking in homes, smashing, grabbing, whatever, taking fentanyls, overdosing, whatever you're doing, you can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. Amazing. And don't forget, follow us on social media. Follow us, JLP Talk on X and Jessie Lee Peterson on Instagram. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Bond JLP Cash App, Bond JLP Cash App, or buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com. So it's Wednesday. Oh, my biblical question for this week. What ties you to your parents? What ties you to your parents? Amazing question. Mind-blowing. What ties you to mama you can't seem to let go? Even though mama is hell to pay. So it's Wednesday. And every Wednesday, the last hour of the show is Manhood Hour. What is a man? What is a man?
It's an adult human male.
Manhood. Hillary or President Trump?
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Beta.
Now, you've all heard the chatter among the political class. They're falling all over themselves, saying this race is over.
It's not over!
It is over.
Well, I have news for all of them.
She didn't win. She lost.
Double-digit victory.
This race is far from over.
Wow, she's doing like a speech like she won.
The leader of America first.
Trump has been projected the winner.
I've been sick ever since the first day he ran for office. I cried the day he was elected.
You're running against this guy. He's whooping you.
And think of it, appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's good. That's why he's a great politician.
Amazing. The Anchor Baby put that together. Thank you, Anchor Baby. Amazing.
Amazing.
Manhood Hour. Listen, folks, men and women, boys and girls. You got to work on you. The parents are responsible for their children, but for the parents, individuals, adults, you are responsible for you and you only. You only. And you got to see, you don't have to, but I recommend you take a look within yourself to see what's driving you. What's making you do the things and think the ways that you don't want to think or feel or do. You're not you. It is not you. Something else is driving you. You're possessed. Everyone must return to the Father. Ain't nothing going to work in life but that. Really. And you got to pay attention to you. And you can't, your parents are responsible for you being in that condition because they were not the light, they were not good examples. But you, as an adult, is responsible to overcome it. And you can overcome. The way has been made. It has already been done. And the deceiver that made a home in your mind, imagination, your thoughts, has no power. If you don't let him deceive you, he can't make you do anything. He can't even make you do anything. He just deceives you and makes you feel a certain way, your body feels a certain way, and you think it's you. This fake idea of love, love is not a feeling. You don't feel love. Love is hate, and hate is love. They both are the same, imposters. The feeling of love is no different than the feeling of hate. You just call it one because you feel better in the body, and it makes you think that you have love, and you're not. Nobody loves nobody. It's impossible to love. Nobody has love. Every human being that has not overcome the ego, have not returned to the Father, have not overcome thoughts, are in a fallen state, and they're lying to themselves. They've been lied to. All human beings are possessed. That's why everybody do the same thing. There's nothing new. Situations might be a little different, but it's the same evil spirit. Stop it. You can overcome. And I realize, as I always say, that most people are not, because they love their feelings. They love the thrills. They love the hell that they live in. Really. And they love complaining about it. They don't want to overcome it. They just want to be able to get the thrill of complaining. They don't want to overcome it. And if you don't want to overcome it, you don't have to. You stay right in your hell. But for those men and women who are working on overcoming, don't let those people put the hell in your life. Your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, no one, your friends or anyone. But forgive. Do not be angry at anyone. Not even yourself. There is never, ever, 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 but never a reason to be angry at yourself or anyone else. Anger is evil. Anger is playing God. It's playing God. And it's not you. Really. I counsel with people every day from around the world. If you need counseling, by the way, go to rebuildingtheman.com to make an appointment. Men and women, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-BOND to make an appointment. 800-411-BOND. And to call yourself a Christian ain't it. You're just calling yourself something that you're not, and you feel good. And then that doesn't last. It's just words. It's just words. And there's no such thing as a good Christian woman. The men that marry these so-called Christians, I married a good Christian woman. No, you didn't. You married Satan or Satan's daughter. No such thing, so stop deceiving yourself. You must be born again. You must overcome anger by forgiving so you can enter into the kingdom of heaven within. And then the light will destroy the darkness. The darkness can't handle the light. The light of God that dwells in you. And it's the light that's shining on the thoughts, on the darkness. All thoughts are all lies all the time. It's amazing. Stop taking responsibility, meaning stop calling you the not you, all right? You're being controlled. I ask a lot of people, why did you do that or this? I don't know, they say. Because it's not them. If they were in control, they wouldn't be doing the crazy thing that'll bring trouble upon yourself. You wouldn't be doing things that brought fear upon you, or loneliness, or depression, suicidal thoughts, worry, jealousy, envy, revenge. It's not you. It's not you. And you can overcome. I want to give you an example of what happens as a result of evil controlling you. This is from the Daily Mail. Surveillance video captured the shocking moment when a thief kneeled next to an elderly churchgoer and prayed with her while accomplice went through her wallet. Watch this from Inside Edition.
Is nothing sacred. The elderly woman in church is getting robbed, even as she sits and prays.
I couldn't believe it.
The surveillance video starts as 78-year-old Linda Morrow arrives early for a prayer meeting at Hilldale Baptist Church in Clarksville, Tennessee. Two women join her. One sits in front, the other right behind. They strike up a conversation. Then it happens. One stranger asks Linda to hold hands and pray together. Her head bowed and eyes closed, Linda is distracted. Cops say the woman behind reaches into her bag, takes out Linda's wallet, and helps herself to the cash and other items. Then she puts the empty wallet back in Linda's bag. The two women hightail it out of the church. Cops say these suspects went on a $7,000 shopping spree at a Sam's Club store using Linda's credit cards.
Wow. That white woman said, I ain't closing my eye. Y'all black. I ain't let you steal from me. What the? Close your eye, let's pray. And then the woman behind her had a hand laying on the back while the other hand's taking it out the purse. Taking out the purse. All in the name of Jesus. What a mess, huh? All evil stuff here. And it get worse. And they call it love. Stop looking for love. Human beings don't have love. Human beings only have hate. You're not going to get love from anyone. Sex ain't love. Sex is sex. Stop calling sex love. It's sex. It ain't love. Don't say let's make love. Say let's make sex. They call it love. New York Post. A Christian school. I can't believe that white woman sat there, let them two black women make her close her eyes, knowing they're going to take her purse. What a mess. This is the New York Post. You think that's bad. It get worse. A Christian school teacher has been charged with attempted murder for allegedly poisoning her husband. Watch this from ABC.
An unusual scene out of Jefferson City tonight after a woman allegedly tried to poison her husband with a plant. That plant, called the lily of the valley, which toxicology experts say looks pretty, but can lead to heart problems if too much is swallowed. Court documents say 37-year-old Sarah Sheffer's husband was suspicious he was being poisoned for 6 weeks and told police he remembers 8 times when the food or drinks he was eating or drinking had a, quote, odd taste. When he confronted Sarah about the taste, she said she had peed in his food. Court documents say Sarah's husband put a surveillance camera in the kitchen of their house around New Year's Day, and 15 days later saw Sheffer take something from a bag labeled Lily of the Valley yesterday and put it into a smoothie.
Sheffer was an art teacher at Calvary Lutheran High School.
As a Christian community, Calvary Lutheran High School believes in protecting the well-being of all individuals who are part of our programs, and we seek to respond in a caring and sensitive manner to everyone in our school community.
What all in the name. It's in the name. It's in the blood. According to the New York Post, Sheffer's father said the charges came totally out of the blue and don't match the daughter he knows. A beloved artist and teacher who volunteered to raise money for third world health efforts. Isn't that amazing? It's all spiritual. Our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. And you are not in control of your life. There's not one human being walking this earth in control of their own life. No way at all. You're lying to yourself if you think that you are or say that you are. You're not in control of anything. You're being controlled. You have never made a decision in your whole life. And I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 1,000 or more times. Men, you are the light of the world when you turn back to the light. Women and children need fathers to be the light, to bring them out of the darkness. But ladies, you don't have to have the man there to do it. You can see that you're in darkness with your anger and forgive your mothers and your fathers, and you can be right in the light as well. You got to do the same thing. In case the fathers don't change. This woman possesses, this story is true about her. That made her do it. It's not her. And now, the intellectual world, the people with the degrees, the smart people, right? They say they're smart, they have degrees. They say they are smart, they're lying to you, they're dumb. The more degrees they have, the dumber they are. They got something called, last week we mentioned, a while back, we told you about scream groups where women get together, they go out in about an airport somewhere and scream, and they think that that's helping them. The devils are screaming with the devils, and it does no good. Screaming ain't going to help it. We told you about that a while back, right? Well, they've taken it beyond that. Somebody making money off these people. They have what they call now rage rooms. Rage room, where you're supposed to be able to go and just break things and scream and carry on You walk in there with hell and you leave with it. That ain't going to change nothing. You must be born again. You must return to the Father. There will come a day when I return the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. That means adult children. He wasn't just talking to little children. He meant adult as well, calling them little children. Screaming ain't going to help you at all. Zero. You got a false sense of feel good for a minute, and that'll gone. It doesn't last because it's fake. According to Wikipedia, a rage room, also known as a smash room or anger room, is a room where people can vent their rage by destroying objects. Watch this from CBS News.
Having one of those days? So cool. This may be the place for you. Toronto's first rage room. The idea is from Serbia.
I've never seen anything like this. And in everyday life, you get stressed out. So I said, you know what, let me check it out. It seems like a cool concept. I need more stuff to smash.
$300, you get 30 minutes in the rage room.
Most people are dropping about $50.
Okay.
After you're geared up,
It's time to choose a weapon. We have a golf club, a crowbar, a baseball bat, and even a hockey stick. Are you less angry?
Yeah, I feel like I could hit a couple more plates, but yeah, I think I definitely released some stress.
What a liar. That's the dumbest thing I ever seen. The only one that is helping is the person who came up with that idea, built that room for that. He's making money. That's the only thing that's coming from that. And that's crazy. People are dumb enough to go do it. Yeah, I feel better. Lying. You just feel better, but you ain't got rid of stress. Stress is evil. That person is just making money. And the people, the person like, come and break glass plates and hit things, and you'll feel better. Just like saying take opioids and you'll feel better. There's no difference. You're possessed up here in the mind, in the imagination. The imagination is evil. All thoughts, all lies, all the time. Some of you know, and I mentioned in the first hour, they had this Republican election thing in New Hampshire last night. JLP primary deal. The Great White Hope, Donald Trump won. Let me see what he got to say today. I haven't heard from him this morning.
And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Amazing. The Great White Hope. If ever we needed the Great White Hope, we need him now. Nikki Haley can't do it. None of those other people that were running can do it. He's right where he should be right now, at the right time. The Great White Hope, Donald Trump. Well, last night they had this primary thing last night in New Hampshire, and the Great White Hope won. And common sense say, well, Nikki Haley's out now. She, step down and let's all work together so that the Democrat can't take charge for another 4 years and completely destroy the country. Look at open borders. Look at the race relationship. Look at the people relying on the government to take care of them, even the illegal aliens. Look at the smash and grab and carjacking and everything. They stopped drilling oil the first day. high price. But no, this female is on such an ego trip. She's like, it ain't no, we still going on. It's all about her ego. She can care less about America. Plus, it's not in her nature to be in charge of anything anyway. This female, Nikki Haley, took down the Confederate flag. She claimed that she was raised in the South and it was racism. And she claimed to be brown, whatever that is. Then she claimed America is not a racist country. Which one is it? It's about Nikki Haley. It's not about America. Nikki Haley can care 2 cents about America. And if you elect Nikki Haley, you're going to get more of what you already have. More. It ain't going to get better. You can bank on that. It's not in her nature to lead. She can't lead even if she tried. CNN is important. Trump won New Hampshire JLP primary, and Haley says she's staying in the race. Watch this from Fox.
He's at 55%. Nikki Haley at 44%. That's an 11-point swing with more than 75% of the vote in New Hampshire. It's Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. And right now, the party is coalescing around Donald Trump.
Now, you've all heard the chatter among the political class. They're falling all over themselves, saying this race is over.
It's not over! What a beta male.
This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go.
So Nikki Haley putting a good spin on it, but the map frankly does not favor her moving forward. Even in South Carolina a month from now, that's a state where she was governor and a popular governor there, but she is trailing Donald Trump in any poll you see there so far, and there hasn't been a lot, by 20 to 30 points. So you wonder if she will want to face kind of a humiliation there if those numbers hold.
It's all about her. It ain't about nobody. It's not about the country. Nikki Haley is on an ego trip. She's a rhino. I think her husband, like, doing in the military, apparently he's over somewhere way out in the country. I don't blame him. He has a better chance of finding peace in the military than he does at home with her. What a mess. It's a spiritual battle, folks. Take charge of your own life. You're responsible. 888-775-3773. Chris is a first-time caller out of Massachusetts. Chris, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. I'm a huge fan. Honestly, I've never really watched this side of what you do. I've seen little, snippets on YouTube, but you are a man that tells the truth, and I would really love the opportunity to just pray for you really quick. I won't take up too much of your time.
You want to pray for me?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Heavenly Father, I want to lift this man up before you, Lord. He's so important to not only, obviously, his family and the people that know him, but to the viewers of this show who, in this very dark time in our country, are looking forward to hope and truth and need something to hold on to, Lord. So I raise him up before you, and I pray that you can continue to strengthen him and to fill him with courage to continue telling the truth and to continue raising up men and those who unfortunately are now less fortunate due to the changing ways and the changing values of this country, Lord. And I pray that you will walk this journey with him and keep him close to your heart. I pray this in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely, Jesse. Keep on keeping on. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. I'll let you get back to the show. Thanks so much for that opportunity.
Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. I got to take a quick break. 888-775-3773. The treasure chest is now open on D-Live. When I come back, your phone calls and your super chats. Back in a moment. Check out my book, For Raised to Responsibility. I show you how I was able to overcome anger. the spirit of anger was taken away from me. I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother, who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone. And you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. Okay, folks, welcome back. 888-7753. 773-888-77-Jessie. A brand new episode of The Fallen State this Friday. If the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. A brand new Fallen State episode. I had a very interesting discussion with Anthony Moore. He is an author and former judge who served 26 years on the Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, and as a judge pro tem on the California Court of Appeals. It was fun. It was interesting. Watch this.
Next time on The Fallen State.
I got married at 66.
Why did you got married so late?
Either I didn't want to marry them or they didn't want to marry me.
Does your wife obey you?
There are times I obey her. It's a different world, Jesse.
Do the Jews own everything?
Heck no.
What's wrong with the blacks?
Well, I know plenty of African Americans who are wonderful people.
Really?
Several who are judges.
I'm about to throw myself in jail already.
No. I believe strongly in a woman's right to choose.
Murder.
No, it's not.
I enjoyed talking to the judge this Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Anthony Moore. Check it out. All right. And you can support the Fallen State there as well. FallenState.tv-donate and locals.com. The Hake report is coming up at the top of this hour. Right after my show, the HakeReport.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And James Hake is on fire. And at 11, Joel Friday TV. He black. Joel Friday TV. And at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. All right. Support us. Go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. And check out our merch at rebuildingtheman.com/store, right? rebuildingtheman.com/store. And if I do personal shout-outs for you as well. Birthday shout-outs, congratulations shout-outs, wedding shout-out, whatever the shout-out is, encouragements. Go to Cameo, cameo.com/Jessie Lee Peterson, I think.
Yes.
Right. Cameo.com/Jessie Lee Peterson. All right. It's Manhood Hour. There is an order to life, and that order is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children. And every time the man listens to the woman, he suffers. Ain't no way around it. He suffers, right? And women are subject to men, and men are subject to God unless they don't overcome the woman. You must be born again, right? And there are males, beta males, who are supporting Nikki Haley over the great white hope Donald Trump. You know things are messed up. You know things are out of order. Beta male, any man that follow a woman is beta male. He's weak. He's pathetic. He's lost. He's sick. NPR is reporting that, referring to Nikki Haley, it says she argued that she has increased in her support and that she argued that she has increased in her support and that there are lots of other states still to vote. Watch this from ABC.
She's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost.
I like Trump's policies, but him himself as a person, I'm not keen on, the way he talks about people, the way he acts towards people and stuff like that. I voted for him last time, so,
So why not this time?
Just because of the craziness. I don't know. I just didn't like what happened at the end with the Capitol. It was a sad moment, I think, for our country.
So everyone has a choice on what they can do.
His choice this time around is to vote for Nikki Haley.
I think you use a lady's touch right now. We've been letting the guys run the show for a while. Let's
see how sick that is?
A lady can do,
Because I feel that she's going to be a better candidate to put my eggs in the basket. I gave Biden a shot. Trump had his shot. And neither one of them left me feeling in any way, shape, or form complete.
No one can complete you, dummy. What a beta. Amazing. 888, that's the mess we in. That's why the country going to hell in a handbasket. Oh, let a lady touch. We need a woman to lead. I told you my country is not coming back. Do you believe me now? Patrick is a first-time caller out of New Jersey. Patrick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jessie, it's been a long time that I've wanted to call you. A long time. I've been watching the show for years and years.
It's been a long time.
I've done the silent prayer, and you've helped me in many, many ways, and I love you to death. I really do, and I owe you a lot. And someday I hope I can get out there and meet you, soon.
Amazing.
So, but you brought me closer to God, and you made me realize that, we have no control. All by myself, I can do nothing. All by myself, I know nothing.
Yeah.
I've been through, and I listen, and I've really, I internalize it. And I say, look, it's God's will, not mine.
Yeah.
But everything. Not ready. I'm going to do it, Jessie. 99.99%. But I agree with you, right?
Yes.
99. But look, I was a disaster as a kid. Okay, growing up, when I went to college, when I finally went back to college, I was in my dorm room, and I remember I was in a one-bedroom apartment, and I sat there and I said, I remember I had hit rock bottom, and I remember looking up in the air and saying, God, obviously I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Obviously. So I'm going to try and do the things the way I think you'd want me to do, and let's see how that works out. right? And since I started that path, it's been up, right? It's been up. And I started with the 10 Commandments, and I learned everything I could about the 10 Commandments. But then, but then I met and I had given up on women at that point. I had given up. I said, I'm never going to meet a woman that I can stand. You know what I mean? They would every time I meet a girl, and then and I care about what's wrong. All right, what's wrong with you? And they'd be like, nothing. And I'd be like, oh my God, and then I'd say, all right, I know something's wrong, and I want to work it out. So tell me what's wrong. And they go, well, if I have to tell you, then forget it. And I said, that's it. I'm done. But finally, remember how you said God will present a woman to you?
Yes.
It happened. I had given up. And he presented a woman to me, a non-emotional woman, totally non-emotional, right? And she was like, she would tell me the way it is. You know what I mean? Tell me how the cow ate the cabbage, right? You know what I mean? And I loved it. I loved her, man. She brought me out of my hell. Believe it or not, Jessie, she did that. And she helped me get out of my hell because I was, my mother had messed me up as a kid and screwed me up. But she was straight with me. Everything. She was straight. She would tell it the way it is. And she helped me, man. And you know what? She got me through. I graduated top of my class in college. I did really well. And, she helped me become the man I am and to lead my family. And she became, and you know what she did? She was like you said, she was educated. And I asked her, I said, what do you want to do? Do you want to be, do you want to work or do you want to take care of the kids? She said, I want to take care of the kids. I said, great. I'll bring home the money. You take care of the kids. And it's worked. And it's worked for years and years and years. And she has done a fantastic job doing her job. And I've done my job. But I'll tell you, Jessie, I'm not a weak man. And I've done very well in life. And I appreciate everything she's done, man.
How old are you?
53 now.
Nice.
53.
Does she obey you?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, she does. But I don't think it as. What do you mean by obey?
Does she obey you?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say yeah. I mean, when I don't. You know what you said today? A weak man says a happy wife, a happy life. Right.
Right.
But look, at the end of the day, I don't need any problems in my life. You know what I mean? I don't need a small little thing.
Let me do this because of time. How did she bring you out of your hell?
Well, I mean, I was a disaster, man. I was a disaster, and she helped me.
How did she bring you out of your hell?
Because without her, I never would have become who I am today.
How did she bring you out of your hell, though?
It just I was a beta male. My mom screwed me up so much, and she straightened me out. Every time I would do something stupid, she'd be like, "Look, no." And she was the one that said, "If you keep acting like that, I'm gone." You know what I mean? She was not. She's non-emotional.
How did she bring you out of your hell? It sounds like she's just another mother, and you are obeying her. If you don't stop, I'm gone. If you don't this, it's like you're obeying one mother to another mother. How did she bring you out of your hell?
Well, she raised a family. She raised 4 great children. All my children are independent. They're smart.
But she can't raise a family. It's take the man to raise the family.
Yeah, well, but at the same time, Jessie, it took both of them.
How did she bring you out of your hell?
Because I was a disaster, Jessie.
Meaning what?
I mean, I did everything. Like, remember, I was bad as a kid. I was bad.
When you were, so how did she bring you out of? When you say she brought you out of your hell, your disaster, what was that? What do you mean by that?
Well, my mom damaged me. Like you say, my mom.
But how did she because of time, how did she bring you out of it?
Just being the right woman for me that I needed and has been there for me for 30 years, man.
Well, it just sounds like the roles reversed, that's all. But it's still the same hell.
Yeah, but no, there's no hell. I'm closer to God.
How did she bring you out of your hell?
Well, maybe it was God that brought me out of my hell at the end of the day.
And what was your hell?
Me, I was my hell.
What was your hell, though? What kind of hell she brought you out of?
She was there for me when I needed her most.
In what way?
Just, she supported me through thick and thin.
But
right?
In what way?
In every way that
because of time, Patrick, give me an example of how she helped you out of your hell. What she do?
I guess there's a lot of examples.
Give me one quick one.
All right. I apologize, Jessie. It's tough to come up with one specific example.
But you said there are a lot of them. At least you should be coming up with one.
I know. She would straighten me out, and when I was going down and thinking the wrong thing, you know what I mean?
Give me an example of what you mean, real fast.
With my mother, you know what I mean? My mother she told me, let her go. You know what I mean? Just let it go.
But she became your mother.
No, she's not my mother.
It sounds like she is.
No way.
If you don't stop, I'm going to leave you?
No, but that was when I was young because I was acting. Well, Jessie.
Patrick, let me do this because of that. Call me again because I'm running out of time here.
Okay,
and maybe you can give me some examples of how she brought you out of your hell.
I definitely will.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your call, too.
Take care, Jessie. Thank you again. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. 888-775-3773. Rick from Hampshire, Virginia. You're on the air, Rick. What the? Amazing. Rick hung up. Super chat.
Super chats. Over on Cash App, Chalice donated a couple more saying thanks.
Thank you.
John donated saying support on Sunday.
Thank you.
And shout out to So Callous for supporting on Cash App as well. Thank you, man.
Thank you, So Chalice. Appreciate it.
Kevin bought a coffee. Jessie, is it wrong for a man to watch porn, and why?
It's neither wrong, nor right, but he's doing it because he has not overcome his mother. He's having sex with mama.
Sion bought a coffee. Hassan Yeezy, please kiss Sandman for me. He's so weird face cute. Doggy emoji with tongue sticking out.
Amazing! I saw a clip of a woman. It was raining the other day in L.A. It was on the news. And I saw this local news item of the rain, and it was showing people walking in the rain. Some silly woman walking down the street and had her dog with her, and the dog had on a raincoat.
Cute.
I'm like, poor dog. This woman just making the dog weak. God has already given the dog a raincoat. And you're destroying the dog raincoat by putting something else over him. Now the natural cover is being destroyed, being weakened. And you call it love. It's all for self. It's all for the thrill. Amazing. Thank you, though.
But they don't like going out in the rain.
Who don't?
The dogs.
If they do, they don't mind either way unless they've been destroyed.
No, you have to literally
because they weak now.
I don't know.
Alpha dogs go in the rain.
Yeah.
I had to just order a trench coat for him.
Well, I'm laughing to encourage him.
Shaking
Terrible.
my head. Shaking my head, catching my breath.
Mac O'Leary bought
turning my cheek for the sake of the show.
3 coffees. So, Jessie, we send our daughter to a private school, Catholic school, and they tried sending the 8th grade students to a non-abortion rally for a field trip. What do you think about that?
Take your child out of the school immediately. Homeschool. Make your wife stay home and homeschool your kids. Or if she doesn't have the patience to do it, or find a homeschool that you can keep your eye on and homeschool. That's evil. I wouldn't trust my children to the school. But it's up to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mac O'Leary.
Yeah.
White Lion bought a coffee. How can I change my coffee name to just White Lion? Well, you let me know, and I'll try and remember it, White Lion.
Amazing. Thank you.
I don't know if you can. You might be able to. Not sure. He also bought another coffee, White Lion. Did Mary give Jesus hell? Was he born from a woman this time around, or is he just going to descend from heaven?
What?
Did Mary give Jesus hell? 1.
Who was Mary?
The Virgin Mary, who gave birth to Jesus.
Oh, go ahead.
And then, was he born from a woman this time around, or is he going to descend from heaven? I guess that's when he... I think he's talking about when Jesus returns.
I have no idea.
The second coming of Jesus? I don't know.
I don't understand the question at all. Maybe you can make it a little clearer. Thank you.
Right. Do you happen to know if...
Thank you very much.
What about did Jesus give Jesus hell? Do you understand that question?
No.
Oh. Paul thank you, White Lion. Paul bought a coffee.
Thank you, White Lion.
Nikki Haley is a precursor to the presidential race before the Democrats announced Michelle Obama, a.k.a. Big Something, will be running in 2024. Big Mama. But he didn't say Mama. He put a different name. And I disavow it. Mike. Will be running in 2024. What a mess.
Amazing. You know, I keep hearing that Michelle may run. That might happen, but I doubt it. It might, though. I don't know. Because they got their other black female, Kamala Harris.
Cackling Kamala.
And how would they tell Kamala, you can't run, we're going to get Michelle, and she's the so-called vice president? I think they'll be held to pay for the Democrats. So maybe they'll make up a deal. I don't know, but I don't see Michelle running. But anything possible.
She knows she's still the boss.
See that? So anything possible. Thank you.
Stan 69, WD41, Zealous Hermit, Thrustazar, and the rest of the D-Live supporters. Thank you guys for the support. And I guess that's all for now.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Amazing. Josh is the first time I call out of New York. Josh, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I was talking, I wanted to speak on the biblical question real quick, a little anecdote.
What ties you to your parents?
Right. So I'm sure a lot of people have heard the blood is thicker than water phrase. I always grew up thinking that meant the blood that you came from, your family line. And then one of my good friends who was in like the 2004 Iraq-Afghan invasion, he told me that the full saying is the blood of brotherhood is thicker than the water of the womb, or the blood of the covenant. And that put that whole phrase into a different perspective for me. I just thought maybe that could add to the conversation.
And so what ties you to your parents?
I guess what ties you to your parents is what you decide to tie yourself to.
No, what ties you, Josh, to your parents? That's the question.
A feeling of needing to, like, pay back or do something for someone that I feel has done something for me.
And that's
even
what
though I'm not sure what was done.
That's what ties you to them. You feel obligated.
An obligation, yeah.
So you feel guilty?
I would feel guilty were I to not, quote, be there, you know?
That's amazing. I appreciate that, Josh. I am out of time, but thank you for responding to that biblical question. I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday.
All right. Thank you all.
All right, buddy. Amazing. I am so out of time. Poor Rick. He just called back. What the? Rick hung up. And now we're out of time, Rick. I tried to get to you, man. But we're out of time. The Hake Report is coming up now. The Hake, H-A-K-E report.com from 9 to 11. And at 11, Joel Friday TV. He be like, and then at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. Thank you for all your support. Look, folks, get on that street. Become your own world. You're responsible for you. You are responsible for you. Get on that straight and narrow and stay there. Stay there, all right? Check out YMH. The amazing, YMH, your mom's house. Episode 743. All right? I'm on there. It was interesting. All right, folks. Get on that straight and narrow. Go and forgive your mother and your father and return to the Father. And life will be amazing. Have a good day and thank you for everything. And to the callers, I'm out of time. I'll be back tomorrow. It's Baba Thumper Thursday already tomorrow. Amazing. Take care now.
Stand up, we got fighting to do. We gotta show him who boss. He put a Viking in you. He put that lightning in you. Igniting the truth. But you beg and blame and lie and hate and never wanna stand for the truth. So what you planning to do? You understand in the loop. You better go talk to your mama. Better stop at the drama. Better drop all the trauma. Boy, you better stand up and up. Put your hand up and hut. Cause if we don't, then we lose. And then we gotta hear the fake news. Whoa. So you get something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause you must know that so you get something went wrong, but
So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Other than sex, I wonder why would a man even need a woman today? Women don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They're in competition with men. They don't want to be wives and mothers. Some want to get married, but they don't want to live in that proper position of life. Because the only purpose of marriage is to have a family. And that's been known forever. And so if you don't want to have children, there is no need to get married. And so I was wondering, why would a man even get married today? I never thought I'd see the day when women would come out of her natural role and be like a man. Even though she hate that role. When she was with a man that's weak, she hate him. But if he try to be strong, she'll stop it. I never imagined that. You're seeing good destroyed and abnormal is presented as normal.